Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing on this Sunday, sunny, hot day here in West Central Florida? It is August 16th. It is about 5:40 Sunday evening. It's a warm one. Current temperature, as I walked outside to check my weather station, it is 93 degrees. Heat index is 104. We did have a brief thunderstorm earlier. Not much rain here, just enough to wet the ground. But a little bit further up the road, they got a good soaking. Let's talk about something that happened last Thursday. I seen on the news Friday. I've been stewing over it for a couple of days. Now, we know I made numerous videos of people leaving children in hot cars and them dying. There's something on my phone. Well, last Thursday in Tennessee, a 6-year-old child was left on a school bus. Yep, you heard me right. A 6-year-old child was left on a school bus in the heat, and guess what? He died. Now, he could not talk, but he was left on a bus after the school bus run in the morning, and they found him 6 hours later. Now, you want to tell me how child is left on a bus? Think about this. I'm not a bus driver, but I know a lot of people who drove a school bus. I know a couple people that drive school buses. The school bus driver checks that bus. Well, it's supposed to check that bus after his run. Most school buses have a bus aid. Somebody did not check that bus the right way. And a 6-year-old was left on it and died. That is uncalled for. That is unacceptable. How do you leave somebody else's child on the school bus that you're responsible for getting them from point A to point B? Is there not a bus aid on that bus? Doesn't matter. The school bus driver should know that he needs to check that bus after every run, and they normally do. Apparently, no one did a safety check after this run. And this 6-year-old child who could not speak was left on a bus and he died from the extreme heat in Tennessee. Unacceptable. And yes, charges will be brought up against that bus driver, and he will be prosecuted, he or she, to the fullest term, they said. If you leave my child on the bus, well, one, when he was 6, he could talk. But I would own the school system by the time I got done with him. I would own anything I could get. You are driving a child to school. You are responsible for that child from point A to point B, and from point B back to point A. And you failed. You failed that child. You failed that school system. You failed that everything. Do I feel sorry for that bus driver? No. I cannot wrap my head around this. That's why I have not talked about it. How in the hell can you be a bus driver and forget to check your bus after your run? Because your head wasn't in your job. You probably was thinking about something else. Too bad. You're going to pay the piper. You're going to face the judge. You're going to face God when that day comes. I do not feel bad for that bus driver. I feel bad for that family and anybody that's affected by this, because 6 years old and that person that you trusted to get them to school didn't do their job. Unbelievable. But that's all I had to say about that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you had an awesome weekend. Hope you got to do what you needed to do. If you had to work, you had to work. If you was off, great. Hope the weather was nice where you're at. As always, if you like what you're doing, keep doing it. If you don't like what you're doing, change it. If you own your own business, keep growing it. Keep making money. And keep trying to bank it. And as always, be nice, be kind, and be the sunshine in someone else's life. And I will see you in the next video. Have a great and wonderful rest of your Sunday evening.